Welcome back to the Drive Channel, and today I'm going to replace the so-called hidden fuse on the 355 behind me there. So the hidden fuse is called the hidden fuse because it's actually not represented in the car's manual, and it's barely represented in the parts catalog, the official parts catalog from Ferrari, and also the workshop manual. So it's called the hidden fuse because of that reason, but it's actually kind of easy to find. It just happens to be underneath it's in the trunk compartment, and it actually powers the fan for the climate control. On my car, the climate control has been acting a little bit wonky lately. It feels like the heat is stuck on, although it's hard to say because it's been kind of cold anyway. So I'm going to replace that, and I'm also probably going to replace I'm going to take a look at the two relays that are right next to the hidden fuse, and so might as well get started on that right now. Alright, so the hidden fuse is actually right in this area on the passenger side. In order to get to this, I just have to remove this cover over here. Underneath that cover is the battery cutoff and also the CD changer, because it was the 90s, and of course you got a CD changer. But first I have to remove the frame that's around this intake box for the climate control. And there's a little screw here and there and there. And then I just have to lift this gasket. This gasket is made to lift off and then be reapplied. It's not glued on. It just grips to a little flange there. So with that removed, then I can show you guys where the hidden fuse is. Alright, so getting to it is pretty easy. So you have, if you could see down there, there's two relays, and to the side of that relay, I've already taken it off, to the side of these relays over here, there is a little fuse, and it looks just like this. Mine was burnt out, and so this is actually it. You can't really tell, maybe you can, but it was actually melted, and that's part of this little piece of metal there. That's actually part of the fuse that was on there. So this was clearly made, I think, for like a lower amp, but they had 30 amp in there. So I just have to, I've cut this thing out, and then I need to put another one in that is a little bit more robust, let's say. So we're going to get to that. All right, now through the magic of YouTube, I put a new one in. This is a 30 amp. I basically just got one from the local Napa auto parts store. This one feels a lot more robust than the old one. I happen to have an extra 30 amp fuse, and it's in there. It's in there now. The only disadvantage is that this doesn't have a little clip that allows it to clip to the side of the relays. Clip to the side of the relays. But I may be replacing the relays anyway. So the next step is to take these relays off, and to test them. I happen to have a relay tester, so I'm going to take these off and test them and see if they may need to be replaced. So that's the next step. So they're out. Here are the two originals, and it's kind of interesting because I just assumed they would be Bosch, but they're made by Italiamec, and the script on the logo, the company logo, is, you probably can't see it. It's not bright enough in here, but it's very specifically Ferrari-like. The font that they use is actually made to kind of look a little bit like the Ferrari script. So that's interesting. So I'm going to test these, and we'll see how they are. I have my little tester over here. So this is a tester for relays, and we'll see how they get on. Okay, so I got it hooked up. The only way to use these things is with a battery. You have to put them onto a battery. So this is kind of interesting because when I adjust it to 4-pin and I hit the test button, that's typically not what that looks like. So, but this is a 5-pin, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Both are the same, by the way, so it doesn't matter which one. You don't have to worry about getting them mixed up. So when I switch it to 5-pin, it just says it's dead. So And it does the same with this one as well. I tested them both. They both behave exactly the same way. So, through the magic of YouTube, I have another one. This replacement, which I bought using the correct part number, is also a 5-pin. And it's this one happens to be by Bosch. So we'll see what that one does. If I can do this with one hand. Let's see what this one does. 5-pin. This one doesn't even do anything at all. So I think this may be my tester. Yeah, I think my particular tester can't do this particular type of relay. So these are probably okay, but I might as well replace them because these are pretty old, and so might as well. All right, so that's all buttoned up. I got the frame back on there. This is closed, and the seal is back in place. One thing you can do if you want, you could reset the climate control by turning off the battery disconnect for a little while, and then turning the car to the on position. I don't think this really needs to be reset, but I might do it anyway. Let's go in the car and see if it made a difference on the fan controls. Okay, so if I turn this on, I don't need to start the car, and I'll wait for some of the noise to die down. If I turn on the fan, 1, 2, hopefully you can hear that. And then auto. So that seems to be doing something. I still have a problem with the direction, the air direction, so I think that might be the ECU for the climate control. But it seems to be working. At least that is working now, the fan speed. And yeah, so there you go. Yeah, so there you go. All right, so that's the hidden fuse on the 355. Now I may still need to replace or have the ECU fixed, the ECU for the climate control, because it's not clear, and I haven't really tested it yet, as to whether or not the heat is still going to be stuck on or not. But that at least took care of the fan, and I think it's going to, what I installed there is far more robust and is not going to melt anytime soon. So that's an important thing. We'll see how everything else gets on in terms of the ECU. I'll see you guys in the next video.